Securing the border, President Biden taking swift action, reversing parts of the Trump administration's immigration legacy. That includes a temporary pause on deportations. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton calling the Department of Homeland Security's decision illegal in a letter yesterday, threatening to sue the administration if they do not immediately rescind this freeze in deportations. This as a second migrant caravan is expected to leave Honduras next week and get on the road and head to America. Joining me right now is the Texas Attorney General himself, Ken Paxton. Mr. AG, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. Look, I want to go through your letter, but first assess the situation. Why do you see it illegal to freeze this deportation? And give us the impact on Texas as well as the rest of the country.
Sure. Good morning. And yeah, this is illegal because the executive branch, the president, their obligation is to enforce federal law, and federal law set by Congress involves deportation of people who are here illegally. Just to unilaterally say that we're no longer going to deal with immigration the way federal law applies is illegal. In addition, we had an agreement with the Department of Homeland Security that they would inform us of changes to immigration law and how they were going to handle it. That has not happened under our agreement.
So what do you want to see? I mean, yesterday, President Biden, in one swoop, not only froze the deportations, but also stopped all construction of the border wall.
Yeah, it's really sad. I mean, what President Trump did for Texas and for the nation as it relates to immigration was really remarkable. It was like nothing else that had been done by any other president. And we've had a dramatic change in our immigration issues in Texas. It affects us in a great way. We're along the border. It costs us a lot of money. We have health issues as it relates to COVID coming into our nation. And these people, we don't know what their health issues are, but we do know one thing. We're going to have greater law enforcement issues. We're going to have greater health care costs, greater education costs. It does impact Texans every day.
Yeah. And have you heard back from anyone after you sent the letter to the administration?
No, we have not heard back. We sent the letter late yesterday, so we're hoping to hear back this morning. It's pretty important to us, and we plan on taking action if we have not heard pretty quickly.
And you will take action, meaning you will sue the administration?
Yeah, we'll file a lawsuit very quickly if they do not quickly reverse course and continue to enforce the laws that were passed by Congress.
Now, you also filed a lawsuit against Google. They are responding to the lawsuit you filed back in December, accusing the tech giant of anti-competitive business and advertising, one of several suits alleging that they broke antitrust law. AG, Google says those claims in your lawsuit are misleading, and they're asking a judge to move the suit to California. What is your take on this?
Well, I'm not surprised. That's where they are. They're in Northern California. They would probably like a more favorable venue. We're certainly optimistic that the judge in Texas will keep it. And our claims are not baseless. We've laid it out. Anybody can read the complaint showing that Google has created a monopoly and used unfair practices to basically control both the buy side, the sell side, and the exchange as it relates to advertising on the internet. So ultimately, consumers are paying a lot higher prices while they're thinking they're getting this for free.
So they're paying higher prices and they think it's for free?
Sure. I mean, everybody thinks the internet's free. And the reality is, when you've got complete control over representing all the buyers as it relates to advertising, almost all the sellers, and you control the exchange. It would be like Goldman Sachs owning the New York Stock Exchange and there not being another exchange representing both buyers and sellers. That's what's going on here. They control almost the entire market as it relates to advertising. And all we're saying is there should be more competition so that consumers and those that want to advertise have a competitive market.
Well, there are so many issues around big tech. You've got that, as well as the policies coming out of this new administration impacting Texas probably as much as anybody out there. You talked about the deportations. You're also looking at an executive order yesterday where he killed the XL pipeline. wants to stop this drilling, certainly on federal land. Give us your assessment of that and the impact all of this is having on America and on Texans.
Well, we're extremely concerned about the energy side of this as well. I mean, shutting down the pipeline harms the entire country, harms Texas. During the Trump administration, we became energy independent, and Texas played a large part in that because we had opportunities to export. We were not punished for drilling, and I'm concerned that as we're going forward that the Biden administration is going to provide more regulation and make it much more difficult for Texas to produce and for the country to be energy independent, which not only hurts consumers, but it also creates a security risk in that we'll be dependent on other countries that may not be friendly to us.
All right, we will keep watching. AG Ken Paxton, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much.
Thank you
for spotlighting this, and we'll follow
day.
it. We'll see you soon, sir.